With 50 plus years of combined produce, supply chain, entrepreneurial, and business experience, Craig, Slate, and Ed Bertaud discuss the impacts of fresh produce on their lives and health. This podcast is a casual conversation between two friends just trying to get better. This is the Fresh CrEd.
And not only is this another The Fresh CrEd podcast, but this is the 10th The Fresh CrEd podcast. And we want to welcome you all here. Ed, I want to welcome you, sir. Welcome to the 10th episode, brother. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it.
I'm shaking here, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. 10. Wasn't sure we were going to get through 2, much less 10 of these dudes.
It just flew by, didn't it?
It did. You know, it seemed just like yesterday we recorded the first one last week or a month ago or something. So it doesn't seem that long ago, but
it might have been.
We've had Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July. Before long, we're going to have every freaking holiday on this
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, yeah. Let's don't forget that one for sure. So you know what? I mean, being our 10th episode, I think, you know, in there's like a meme thing that how you started, how is it going kind of a program.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't we do that? Should we talk something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I can kick it off if you'd like.
Oh, I'd love for you to kick it off, just like Fritz. What was the guy's name? Was the kicker for the Cowboys? I guess it's not going to work. Yeah, but kick it off anyway.
I just want to address a comment that's been made.
Danny White was a quarterback, so that was not good. What was your comment? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Kick off.
Yeah, a friend that I hadn't seen in a while watched the podcast and accused me of dyeing my hair.
Ooh, my goodness.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I don't dye my hair.
Nothing is wrong with it. You know, you and I have had this conversation outside of this pod, haven't we?
I think we have. But yeah, I don't dye my hair. Now, they say it either grows gray or goes away. I'd rather it go gray than go away. But, you know, I've got what I got, 48 years. I'm thankful. If it all went away tomorrow, I had a good run. But I don't dye it. Again, not that there's anything wrong with that.
So are you going to, if it continues to go away, are you thinking about shaving it someday?
I don't think I have a very attractive skull. So I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. I mean, I wear a lot of hats.
Well, and I've heard hats cause your hair to fall out.
Yeah.
Not sure that's true. But you did mention the fact that you are big into manscaping, right? You know, on the last pod we had. You know, and so I mean, would you be willing to do an ad for that? They got a Manscaped, like a whole business in that whole Manscaped.
Yeah, I do an ad for anybody, but I guess to clarify, last episode we talked about me shaving my arms for sunscreen reasons, but I would do an ad. Sure.
I think that
I would do an ad
crew,
for.
I think the editing crew. Hang on, for full disclosure, I think there was some stuff edited out of last week's show that extended past the arms, but for just content reasons, we omitted the other stuff, I believe.
Okay. Well, you go with that. Anyway, I would endorse.
Hey, but your beard looks nice. I mean, you know what? You do a really nice beard. So I got to tell you what, your manscaping on your face is great. So I'm sure you do well all over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dye my beard, so why would I dye my hair?
I don't know. See, I don't dye mine either.
See, I believe
this is not dyed. This is not dyed.
Somehow I believe you.
I went out and got some white dye. I'm dyeing mine white. I figured, what the hell, you know. Yeah. But all right, so we went way past. Okay, so this show started talking about the 10th episode, how it started, how it's going, and somehow we got off on your manscaping thing.
No,
and now we got to bring it back. You're kicking off. A friend
accused me of dyeing my hair. Hadn't seen me in a while. Watched the podcast. Sent me a text. Hey, what do you use to dye your hair? Joking, obviously, but yeah. Sorry, I just had to get it out of the way. It was bothering me.
No, that's true. I mean, I understand that, and you know, at some point, I mean, if you ever get to the point where maybe you put a little something in there, use a little something, be good to talk about it. But that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe you. You don't die. But how did it all start? How did this show start, Ed? You know what do you remember? How did it start?
Well, I don't know how far back you want me to go.
Yeah, don't get too far back. I mean,
Okay.
we've only got an hour.
Well, we've known each other for a long time. It's not like we talk every day, but when we do talk, or when we were talking, we actually don't talk on the phone anymore. We just do this, but that's why.
We just do this.
Yeah. Because we'd have really good conversations that would last extended periods of time. And we said, you know what? We talk about a lot of different things, topics. And then, fast forward to, clean eating and me getting more interested in trying to improve my health and trying to kind of jump on some of the same program that you've been on, with the exception of cold showers and 72-hour fasts. I'm not there yet, but it was the genesis of the idea, right?
Yeah, it was about us on this journey, both of us deciding to spend some time trying to get better each day, and being in the business that we're in. It is a health food business. It's probably the best health food business to be in. So being immersed in that, and being surrounded by healthy foods, just pivoting off of the industry that we're in, as well as a journey that we both are taking off on, and then sharing that with folks that maybe are out there, that, like I say, find themselves similar to us, and that's how we started. So now 10 episodes in, how's it going?
Is that a question for me?
Well, or maybe the audience members could speak up, but I don't think we'd hear them. So let's just go with you.
Yeah, I think based on feedback, and I hate to say it, but I listened to our last podcast early this morning in pieces between phone calls and stuff, and hey, at minimum, I kind of got a kick out of it. I hate to say it, but I was laughing.
Well, you said on the very first episode that you said, or no, second episode, because you commented on watching the first one, how funny you were.
Well, I was kind of joking, but heck, I find myself laughing. I mean, what do you want? I mean, I'm being honest.
So basically, we started this out as a life journey, growing to get better, and we've basically turned it into like a comedy show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was good.
That's how it's going.
No, but I mean, we've gotten some good feedback. Look, I think it's a definite learning experience. You talked about at the beginning not wanting to be left behind, whether it's technology or products, etc. How folks consume information. This is kind of a blend of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to be the next Howard Stern? Probably not, but I think at minimum we learned how to make a podcast, right, and share some good information, and that folks have been reacting to, and actually using, from what I can tell and the information I've gotten, feedback, using some things in their daily lives. So I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, I think both of us commented, but I know for me, one, it was somewhat self-serving. I was a podcast lover and wanted to learn about how to do a podcast. I thought, well, that'd be fun. Let's go do that. And then, I do enjoy having conversations with you and being able to take advantage of the conversation with you. And then the big bonus really comes into, having, Laura Mason part of this deal. She mentioned somewhere along the way, maybe we talked about it, but, she's talked to me more since we started doing this podcast than we did pretty much, long before this. Right. And, that for me is a huge win. And the fact is the feedback, it didn't matter if it was one or two or three. Just if we could reach, somebody or find anybody that would find this entertaining. And like I say, along the way, find themselves on a better journey. And I think we, at least some of the feedback we've gotten, it looks like we've accomplished that. I know I've certainly accomplished having a great time learning a lot about this. And so, yeah, I mean, that's how it started. We're 10 episodes in. I hope we've got many more to go. We're going to have some more guests and this, that, and other, but I'm super thrilled with where we're at and what we set out to do. And I'm glad, certainly for the folks that are listening, there's a few that are listening on a regular basis, which that's kind of crazy for me to think about. And like I say, we talked about on the final wrap up of last episode. And there's going to be some stuff out there, guys, but there's opportunities for free the Fresh CrEd caps. I think we're going to be posting up some pictures. And if you didn't listen to episode 9, make sure you go back. And if you want to skip through all of it and get to the end, it talks about how to get your Fresh CrEd app. But we're going to be putting those up. Having fun. And like I say, certainly appreciate everybody with all the feedback that we've gotten out there. And keep the cards and letters coming, please, because we enjoy getting those.
Wow. You just dated yourself.
I did indeed, didn't I?
Yeah.
You
just made me think of the Mr. Rogers movie. Have you watched that movie?
I haven't. Is that a good one? I watched the original Mr. Rogers.
No, the movie
as a child. But I watched the original guy. I didn't need a movie.
Yeah, well, this is the movie is the life of Mr. Rogers, but unlike.
But I watched him living his life.
Okay, well, so did I. But I'm just saying, like, the recap. You expect in today's day and age, or in this day and age, I should say, you expect to be let down, by your heroes, so to speak.
Yeah.
There's no letdown. Like, from what I can tell, this dude was like a saint, right? It's a really good movie. You should check it out. So I'm going to make note of it. You're committing to watch it.
Yeah, thanks. All those commitments. We're not even. Someday we'll bring up Mully again, and you'll tell us about your thoughts on Mully. But I do want to watch that. That's actually I like Tom Hanks. Isn't that the guy that was in that?
Mm-hmm. Which is the best.
Yeah, so I like that Tom Hanks guy.
He's also in News of the World, which I mentioned last time you were going to watch.
Yeah, you know what? That one I'm not rushing out to watch. I'm sure that's a good one, but I'll catch that. I only have so much time in my life to remember. We talked about this, right? If it's not going to add value, I have a hard time investing time into it. So I'll give you Mr. Rogers, even though I already know the story. I watched it. What was the king? He had a little train that went through there, and I can't remember what was the king's name.
I know what you're talking about.
King, and he had a queen there. Mm-hmm. I can remember. Oh man, what a dude! And he took his shoes off every day. I even go through this. There's a part of me when I come home from work, I want to take my shoes off, put on a pair of slippers and a sweater.
You should.
I mean, that was just
King Friday.
And then when he got ready to go home, King Dog Skippy. Not Kong.
Translate.
King Friday, yeah.
You're going to have to translate. That means right on. You got it, by the way.
Yeah, that's correct. Anyway, King Friday, that was guy. And just what a guy. And he had that postman dude that come by all the time. Oh, my gosh. Man, to be young again and watching that in Sesame Street was big. I was kind of a forerunner on the Sesame Street group.
You had Sesame Street when you were young?
I did, buddy. Sesame Street. I was like the original audience for Sesame Street, dude. I was like the guys that they made Sesame Street for. So just before you came along, we were the pilot kids. And we approved of Big Bird and Gomer. Mm-hmm. I don't really remember everybody's name. But anyway.
I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Sesame Street values, like all the things they would teach you on Sesame Street. Like if people could just employ Sesame Street values, like be kind to others, be polite, don't litter, like all the basics, Sesame Street values, like they never go out of style.
They don't. You know, that's those are some words to live by. That's something. You know what? If you haven't seen Sesame Street in a while, maybe you should go back and watch a couple episodes.
Is that tattoo worthy? Because I thought my last quote was tattoo material, but.
Well, did you get that tattoo yet?
No, I'm still waiting.
Pondering.
Yeah. Well, I wanted you to be present if I did it, so.
I'll pay for it.
No thanks. If you pay for it, I'm gonna be getting a tattoo in a back alley somewhere. No bargain basement tattoos. Thank you.
They'll use clean needles, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, so are we done talking about 10th episode, 9-episode reflection, looking back?
A long time ago. I don't know if you know, we moved on past that and went to Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers.
That had nothing to do with 10th episode, so. Keeping up with the show is becoming a struggle for you.
Yeah, it is. Well, our producers are telling me that Sesame Street started in 1969. Are you sure you were still one of the first?
I was born in 1966.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you. So I knew what year it started.
Gotcha.
Don Meredith was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Do you know who Don Meredith is?
Yeah.
All you knew him was from
Dapper Don or Dandy Don?
Howard Cosell. Dandy Don.
Dandy Don Meredith. Yeah, I know.
Dandy Don. North Dallas 40. If you haven't seen North Dallas 40, you should go back and check that out. That's not for young minds. So all you children out there listening, it's kind of a different side of the Cowboys, but it's what the Cowboys were in the early 70s as Roger Staubach was coming in. It's called North Dallas 40. It is a great stinking movie, man.
Great stinking movie.
But have you seen it, Ed? Have you seen North Dallas 40?
I haven't.
Oh, my God.
I'm familiar with the title, but.
Yeah. Go back and watch it. It is the Cowboys, Don Meredith. I mean, obviously, the names are changed to protect the innocent. That's a dating myself too, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't pull that out. That's not a CrEd quote. That's from a show, a sitcom. Maybe somebody could get a free hat that can tell us what sitcom that was from. And it's not a sitcom. I mean, they call it, it was a show. Anyway. North Dallas 40, check it out, guys.
Or is that a quiz?
No, you're not, because they can get a free hat. That'll maybe get somebody. Okay. There's another free hat opportunity.
All right.
Somebody send over.
Well, should we move on to quote of the week?
We should move on. We are pounding this dead horse, as they used to say back in Mesquite, Texas.
Yeah. Well,
we didn't actually pound any dead horses, folks. So, for crying out loud, nobody think that we did any of that. There was no dead horse to pound. Although my brother did live on Dead Horse Ranch, but there was no dead horses. It just was a name. So
what's your quote for the week? What have you been pondering?
I haven't exactly been home. So this place that I've been has some books.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? As far as getting better, I mean, in reading, you're talking to, half of our production team is an avid stinking reader. Now, her dad has not necessarily been known as an avid reader, but I can tell you one of the things in terms of improving my life or improving things as becoming much more of a reader, being intentional reader, right? Intentionally reading. So anyway, I'm here in this place and they have this books. Now, first off, this is a gigante book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Chances of me actually getting to the end of it, it's like 1,000 pages. Probably not. That's not going to happen. The book, though, is, can you read that title? What does that say, Ed?
That says Life Extension.
It does say Life Extension, which I am big about. A book I gave you, it's on life extension or how to age better, whatever. Mm-hmm. This book was written in frazzling 1982. I'm still in high school when this freaking book was written. And it's talking about some of the same stuff that we're talking about now, like it's like a new revelation, and it's like, hey, maybe if you eat better and don't eat a bunch of cruddy food, you might live longer. It's revolutionary stuff. But that gets me to my quote. You asked me what my quote was. I wanted to give a little context behind the quote, right? Because it comes from this old, ancient book.
The quote's from that book.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is Alan Lakin, Lakein, Alan Lakin. Planning is bringing now. All right, for those of you listening, this is the time you want to stop whatever you're doing, because this is something you're going to want to ponder for the rest of the day. Planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. That's planning. That's a great definition. That is Alan Lakin, How to Get Control of Your Time and Your Life. Isn't that beautiful? That's what we're doing here. We're trying to grab the future, bring it right here, and put it in front of us and take it on right now. Right? Isn't that what we're doing?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should. That's damn good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to write that one down. I don't know about reading the book. It looks like a monster.
Yeah. Well, it is a monster book. And I mean, I don't know. Like I say, it said eat broccoli. I already knew that. So.
You like the idea of reading
Although
that
in
book.
this book, hey, the funny thing is though, this book really, there's some people probably listening to this that this is more their speed, because they're not like, hey, quit smoking. They're like, oh, life extend, in which, it's honestly, it's a great take. It's like life extension is your choice, right? Or working on it, right? And, just kind of recognize it's really your decision what you do and don't do. Basically, this book's going to tell you things that will help you, and you can decide to do it. But, their deal is like, look, if you want to keep on, hitting the old cigarettos, then, go right ahead. And they'll give you a few hacks to maybe help you around that. But at the end of the day, this book is just about information for you to take and use to help extend your life and do things better. But they're not preaching. I mean, if you want to keep on smoking and drinking heavily, maybe you can change some other things about your life to offset some of that stuff. That's kind of what I've read. I mean, that's in the very early days. And this is by Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw. I'm going to see if I can get these folks. I would love Laura Mason. We need to reach out. Duke Pearson and Sandy Shaw. Shoot these folks an email. Let's see if we can get them on. Well, I probably ought to read some more of the book before we actually do that. But they are still alive. But God, wouldn't that be great? I mean, they're writing. Oh, yeah. Seriously, Laura, I'm not kidding. You never looked up that last guy I asked you to look up.
Oops, I'm so sorry. So, I know.
Yeah.
I think this story is more compelling. I mean, that 40 years later.
You think it's more? Is it more applicable to what we're talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
So, great quote, Craig.
So I hope you've got a good quote. I hope you've got a good quote, Ed, because I
should have gone first, because now I feel like my quote's kind of wishy-washy. A failure is not always a mistake. The real mistake is to stop trying.
Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wishy-washy about that. That's true.
And that's from B.F. Skinner.
Actually, the best learning comes from mistakes. You learn nothing from being successful.
You learn something.
All your best learning.
I disagree. I mean, I think you learn something from being successful. You have to learn something.
Do you?
Yeah, sure.
No. So think about it this way. You have a fire.
We're not going back to the fire conversation, are we?
Oh, yeah, but you put a pot on the fire and it boils water.
Oh, okay.
What did you learn?
I thought you were talking about the fire I started when I was a kid that we talked about last time. That you're going to bring that up again.
Oh, God. I should have brought that up again because you learned something. That was a mistake. Did you learn from that?
Oh, I learned. Yeah, I learned a lot.
See?
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Remember it, you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, but you do. Your mistakes, but good. But repeat your quote again, because it is definitely not wishy-washy. Folks, write this one down too.
A failure is not always a mistake. The real mistake is to stop trying.
Oh, man. See, that's what we're doing here. We just keep on trying. Keep on trying every day. All right? Getting better and better.
All right.
Day by day.
So those are our quotes.
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything exciting this last week? I mean, anything to share?
Yeah, like I said, so I'm in a beautiful part of the world. I had the opportunity to find myself Sunday, I believe it was. What was yesterday? Yeah, that was Sunday. No, it was not. It was Saturday. Saturday, I found myself over at Spanish Bay.
Oh yeah, that's a nice place.
If you go at Spanish Bay at around 5:45, depends on what time of the year, but around 5:45, they got this rando dude that walks up,
the bagpiper,
with a bagpipe, and plays a few melodies. You know, people gather around, sing along, sing some old Irish tunes with him. Have you been?
Yeah, I think I recall, like, he starts playing from far away, right? And it starts walking towards.
No, this was a karaoke thing. This was a karaoke deal. This was a karaoke thing. Irish songs and a bagpiper. Some rando guy. There was nobody walking. What are you talking about?
No. The way I recall it is a bagpiper, like, starts playing far away, like a couple 100 yards away, and then starts walking towards the clubhouse there.
Yeah,
and then finishes and ends up there.
Deal. Maybe I wasn't at Spanish Bay.
Maybe you weren't.
I was somewhere else. Maybe I was somewhere else, and I just recall. Maybe I just lost. No, obviously, I'm kidding. You're correct. Your memory is so good, Ed. That is exactly what it is. He starts at Sticks and walks up. So Sticks is the hole number 1 at Spanish Bay. Walks up there, and he cruises over to the fire pits. Finishes over there. It's an awesome show. Awesome show. I'm sure several of our listeners are regulars there or have been to it at least a couple of times because there's lots of golfers here. And you and I actually played Spanish Bay together. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
No. So.
Great place.
You ever played Pebble Beach?
Great
You ever played Pebble?
No, that's one of the few courses out there I've never played, but I'm not in a real big hurry to. The greens are really small. I mean, I'd like to, but there's a lot of courses around there that are just as fun that aren't as expensive.
It was a pretty good weekend. I will say there's nothing better for me, right? You know, about you. What'd you do, boy? What's going on in your world?
Oh, nothing as exciting as Spanish Bay. I was went up to pick up Lainey, our daughter, at camp. She'd been gone for 2 weeks, so first time she'd been gone that long.
Stinking ritzy stinking camp that you've been talking about.
It's awesome. I'm super jealous. It was I mean, I had only seen the video before, but now that I've been there, I looked into what all they offer, and apparently they have corporate retreats and all kinds of other stuff. So it's pretty neat. I sent you the video on Discord so you can see. It's just like their promo video, but it's literally like something out of a movie or a TV show or something. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Well, did she say? Did it live up to the hype when she came back? Was she like,
"Oh yeah,
hey, everything they?" Oh yeah. So
I mean, she was ready to come home after 2 weeks. I thought she was going to say, "Hey, can I stay another week?" But I think she was ready just because like they've got them going every minute of the day doing something. But she was already begging to go back. So yeah, it was good.
Was she supposed to come back this early, or did she bail early on them?
No, it was 2 weeks. It was a 2 week. Okay. We had paid for 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks is pretty expensive. Needless to say, we're not going on vacation this summer, but it's okay.
So Lainey got to go on vacation. Everybody else, not so much. Nice.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's
well, you know, and that age, you know, she's 11, so it's a great age to do that kind of stuff. Memories for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I hear because I didn't go to camp when I was a kid.
I was gonna say, we didn't. In my day, they didn't even have camps.
No. I think in your day, the camps would send you to. You didn't want to go to those camps.
Yeah,
those were like correctional, right? Scared straight.
Oh, I knew some kids that went to that camp. Yeah, we had the scared straight camp. Yeah, some of my buddies went there. Thank goodness I didn't get an invitation.
Yeah, well, you might have got an invitation. You just ignored it. So yeah, that's what we did. Went up.
I got to go to a church camp.
Home.
Sports?
Well,
did you catch the wrestling thing?
You mean the UFC, McGregor and Poirier?
Yes,
right?
Portnair. Isn't it Portnair? Portnair.
No, that's the therapeutic
massage
massager.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I know, but I thought maybe he's kin to him. Anyway, yeah, those guys. The dude that stumbled on his leg, snapped.
I didn't watch the fight. No, I didn't watch the fight.
Nor did I.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the some of the clips afterwards, and he broke his foot or his leg?
Ankle is what my son reported, that it was ankle, and it was like the first round. I mean, he was all fired up about it coming on and watching it and everything else, and it kind of ended in a big dud because I think he went down like in the first round or something. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not a. I've enjoyed some boxing matches back in the day. I've just never been able to get into the WFC. Is that what it is? FC? What is UFC?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a crapshoot, right? I mean, you pay a bunch of money to watch something, and then it can be over in the first round. And I know there's, undercard fights and all that stuff, but you just never know how much you're going to get for your money. What used to drive me crazy was when I lived in Las Vegas is if there were fights, how did it work? If there were fights there in Vegas and they didn't sell out, then they wouldn't show them, even if you paid, like even pay-per-view, they would block them out. So I remember having to go to the State Line Casino. I don't know if you've ever been there, down at the State Line, California, to go watch it. To go watch, you know who I went to go watch there was Tyson and Holyfield when he bit his ear.
Oh, yeah. That was a fight. You don't see that happen much anymore, do you? Do they all that? You know what? I take that back. This UFC thing, biting the ears allowed, right?
UFC, no ear biting allowed. Now,
no,
their ears.
I thought
ears look like they've been bit. Most of them.
Yeah, but I think. Are you? Do you know what? Have you watched a UFC fight?
I watched a lot of UFC fights. Yeah,
they lock them in a cage, man. It's like, hey, you're not coming out till you're dead, kind of a program.
Yeah, but ear biting's not on the menu. What else went on in the world this week? A lot of weather related, like scary.
Phoenix Suns. Wait a second. Phoenix Suns.
Okay. Go ahead.
Basketball. Are you not? You're not keeping up with that?
I am.
So they are trudging right along, and looks like they're going to be the world champions of basketball.
I venture to say they deserve it. It's been a long time coming, right?
Yeah, but you had something. You had I saw you queuing up for some big sporting event that you watched.
No, actually, I would start talking about weather, like what's been going on. We can talk about more sports, but just the weather's been kind of crazy between the rain here and then the hurricane.
So did it rain? Yeah. So you went to San Antonio. I'm here in Texas, is like floating away. I mean, California, Arizona, everybody out west, we're going to dry up and blow away while Texas floats away. So
yeah. It's pretty crazy. It hasn't rained for several days, but it did for a week. It rained a lot.
Yeah, I know. For us, production out of Central Mexico has been next to nothing, just because of the rain has been ridiculous down there. I mean, we've been getting stuff out of there, but it's tough. It's really knocked it back. And then I know everybody that's growing in Texas has had their massive struggles. So certainly the ag world is feeling the effects of all this rain, and then everybody out here is struggling for water just to grow stuff. So it's a mess. I mean,
there was
an
article today about heat. Production being affected by extreme heat. I mean, that's going to out west.
Yeah,
that's going to be an issue, or is an issue.
What they call the snowpack, or how they measure the percentage of snowpack, which is with the water from the mountains and the snow they get. But I guess it was like at 0% come the first part of June or something like that. It had never happened in the state of California. It is going to be a huge problem for these guys. In the wildfires, they've already started both Arizona and California. You've got that's already got underway, and although Southern Arizona, for us, we've been getting some rain. It's monsoon season for us, so we've gotten a little bit down there. So, we may be okay for the fires. Last year, we had a big fire just outside of Tucson, but hopefully enough rain that knocks it back. But California, man, I think it's going to be a long fire season for them. Yeah, but you didn't get any rain into San Antonio.
On the way up, yeah, we did. But it just wasn't constant. Not like it had been previous days. Like one day it rained from about noon to the next day at 5 p.m. I mean, like literally just never stopped raining. A lot of rain. That's the delayed weather report. Where we talk about last week's weather, and you'll hear about it next week.
Yeah, which is very important for everybody. There's nothing more pertinent than 2-week-old weather report, so that's good. Next time, let's bring some statistics. Let's get actual temperature readings and rain gauges and things of that nature, so we can tell people how much it rained and how hot or cold it was.
Well, I think that one overnight. Oh, are you serious? Because I do have some context, but it was 5.5 inches, I think, overnight.
Yeah. I was kind of
you were joking.
Yeah, I was kind of joking, but
okay.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe they want to know. Maybe they're like, "Hey, wow, I wonder what they're talking about." There.
Yeah. So shifting gears, I like CBS Sunday Morning.
Fast and Furious.
I record CBS Sunday Morning when I can't watch it, and they had a piece on NFTs this weekend. It was pretty interesting. Did you catch it?
I didn't. Dadgum, I have to go back. Hey, send me the recording. You can record it. Can you send it to me?
I don't know. I'll try.
You got did you put it on VHS? What'd you put to do it on?
Really? You really think I put it on VHS?
How about a Betamax, baby?
You know what? These evening podcasts, they're not going to work.
You don't think so?
No.
You think you can't do these?
Yeah, my mind's mush right now, and then you bring up stuff like recording.
I don't understand your mind being mush. What do you do to your mind during the day?
Well, it's taxed to the limit, right? I mean, yeah.
I don't know. We got to get you some more vitamins.
Oh no, I got plenty of vitamins. The only thing I'm out of is probiotics right now, which I'm upset about. I need to go get some more. But I will say, you've been talking about all these crazy, sleep, I don't know, inversion tables, or what were you? Oh, no, not inversion tables. The Haysack and all this stuff. I got a new pillow.
Yeah,
it's actually not my pillow.
Shiki Bouton.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying a bamboo pillow, and it's really working for me. I mean, the 5-6 hours I'm getting of sleep are quality. So that should mean something.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, all right, tell me more about your bamboo pillow.
That's it. I mean, it's actually Callie bought it when she went out of town because she forgot her pillow, and then when she brought it back, I said, "Hey, do you mind me borrowing that pillow? I want to try it out, test drive it, so that if I'm interested, I might go pick one up." And so far, she hasn't gotten it back.
So so there's no cotton or wool inside. It's just a bunch of bamboo. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't dug that far. Like I asked the same question. It's a bamboo pillow. Okay, what does that mean? Are they bamboo fibers?
Yeah,
does it
that's what I'm asking.
Smell like bamboo? I mean, what's bamboo about it? Right? What makes a bamboo pillow a bamboo pillow? Because there's there's a shop in the mall, I think, here that is all just bamboo bedding and pillows. Well, hell, first thing I pulled up says don't buy.
You're going to have to bring more information. The next time you bring up a product for the listeners, you're going to have to bring a little more information because, I mean, it works great for you, but you really don't know. You don't know if it's actually made of bamboo. Maybe the brand name's bamboo.
Okay. Well, I apologize. So I'll try to do better. I'll try to do better.
So, but why does it what makes the difference though? Does it keep your head up better? I mean, what do you think changed? What dynamic changed with the bamboo pillow?
So I'm a side sleeper, and I don't know. I could just never get my head right. I always feel like it's too far up, and then if I don't have the right, maybe it's just the right size. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just forget I brought it up.
I'm curious.
And then next week,
No,
I'm going
I'm
to
not. I
study
think
on
it's
it,
great.
and then I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Because I want to know more about the bamboo pillow because I'm super interested in the whole bed and sleeping thing. I'm still not accomplishing anything in that department. It's all miserable for me.
Okay.
Body still kind of hurts. I hadn't been on the Shiki Bouton in a minute though, so that's part of the problem.
That's hurting you.
So love beets. What the heck are love
what
beets?
What you eating, you mean?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to ask?
That's what I'm asking about. Yeah. What you eating? Love beets.
Is this the what you eating portion of the show?
I think it should be.
Well, I mean, it's been only about a year. I mean, I've had beets before, but I don't know. This last year and a half, beets have been, I wouldn't say I eat them nonstop, but I've really come to appreciate beets, beet juice. And love beets is a product of pre-cooked, pre-peeled, kind of baby-sized beets you can throw in a salad or eat as a snack. And yeah, I like them. They're good. I recommend them.
So is this the ones that's in like a sealed clam? And it's not a clamshell, but it's like 4 or 5 beets in there or something.
Yeah,
like that.
a few more, but yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried them?
Do you cook them?
No, they're pre-cooked.
No,
they're just ready to use.
I've not. Tanya loves beets as well, so she introduced me to those. I've only had them like a Greek salad, slicing those dudes up, throwing them off on a Greek salad. But I'm just curious, what else? I mean, do you cook with them or do anything, or do you just eat them raw? Or
no, just raw, mostly salad.
I guess they're raw.
Yeah, I mostly just throw them in salad.
Yeah. Beets are super good for you too. So, I mean, you can get too much. You want to stay close to the restroom if you eat too much. I know a guy that drank like a big glass of beet juice, and well, let's just say don't overindulge on anything, even beets. But they're supposed to be really good for you. So,
what you eating?
Cool. Well, mine is not, so it's not as healthy as yours. I got to admit, your beet program is far better. But we got to have some things in our life that are treats. As you like to talk about treats and treating yourself. Let me get my package. I always bring visuals for those people that actually watch the video. So, these little dudes I found, they're called Keto Cups, and this is the hazelnut. It's vegan, paleo, and gluten-free. 10 grams of fat, 2 grams of net carbs, no sugar. So, and it's got just see organic hazelnuts, organic cacao, organic Jerusalem artichoke fiber, organic cacao butter, organic MCT oil, Himalayan sea salt, and organic monk fruit extract. So it's a relatively small ingredient list. Super tasty. I mean, it's obviously dark chocolate, no sugar, so it's not like it's not a Reese's cup.
It's healthy junk food.
In terms of, it is absolutely healthy junk food. I don't feel one bit bad about eating those dudes. I just don't.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Now, I don't eat 10 of them. I don't eat 10 of them either. I eat one, and it's super good.
Just one.
And they're super. Yeah, they're super freaking expensive, so I can't afford to eat more than one. It's like $10 a dadgum sack or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I treat myself with one of those.
I'm gonna take out a loan and get some snacks.
That's freaking crazy. That's the worst part about it. Why is that too? What is with this? You can't. Eating healthy is an expensive proposition.
It is. That's unfortunate.
Every time I find something, I bought some. I forgot what it was. That was a grain-free cereal or something. I thought, I'll give that a try. And I look at the ingredients, make sure they're not ridiculous, or that I can read them all. And literally, it was like a 4-ounce sack in a big stinking cereal box and I'd paid some kind of like $7 for it, and it's like, that's one good thing about produce. It seems somewhat expensive, but when you start to look at anything outside of fresh produce, man, they really take it to you when you start to eat healthy over there.
Mm-hmm.
So more broccoli, more asparagus, more lettuces. That's what we all need to be doing. So, but anyway, eating healthy is kind of expensive. But you know what's more expensive than eating healthy, Ed? You know what's more expensive than that?
Dying?
Well, dying, I think, is pretty cheap. Cremation is like $2,500. But
I'm
before
speaking
dying,
figuratively, not literally.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Pain with your life.
Well, I was actually talking about actual financially. So, no, what's more expensive is a dadgum doctor and going to the stinking hospital. This, for me, I am all about spending more money on food so I can avoid giving it to the dadgum doctor. That's my motto.
The dadgum stinking doctor.
Trying to keep it clean, Ed. That's my
I know.
clean talk.
I see. I hear the
So
translation. I know what you're saying. What you're really saying.
It's all just for you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just for you. Talk to me. All right. So Lucas Glover.
Well,
what is that?
So that was. I figured if we'd get around to sports, I mean, Lucas Glover won the John Deere Classic this weekend. You know, I'm super impressed with the number of 40-plus-year-olds that have won on the PGA Tour this year. You know, he's the sixth player to win, and one of them was multiple, so 7 wins for players over 40. Broke a 10-year, 2-month, and 3-day winless streak. Pretty impressive. I think.
Say that again now. So he broke a what now?
He hadn't won in over 10 years, and he's 41 years old. Like, people talk about, you know, younger players and up and comers and who's great and who's not. And, you know, I think it's just encouraging to see, you know, guys over 40. I mean, hell, Phil Mickelson won the PGA at over 50.
So but you know what? To me, this is a bigger story than the Phil for what our show's about, right? I mean, to me, like I say, I like this better than. I mean, not better than, but I think it's more applicable to what we're talking about here, right? I mean, you know, when you talk about this guy, 10 years, 2 months, and 3 days, 41 years old, still going at it every day, right? And waiting, you know, and even though you hadn't done it in 10 years, didn't give up, kept going. So Phil, I mean, he's had success, and it's super impressive at his age to have the success he does. But I don't know, this Lucas Glover for our show and what we're really talking about, to me, he fits more in our show profile and what people should look to. So,
what are you trying to say, that he might have been kind of an underdog and we're underdogs?
Might have been an underdog. Yeah, might have been an underdog. Might have been trying to get better. Spent 10 years getting better, and finally he got better enough that he won a PGA tournament. So,
oh, well, it's his 4th win. I mean, so he's won before, but still, it's very impressive to just stick with it. You know, you can't feel too sorry for him. These guys make a lot of money, even in 20th place. But yeah, it's pretty inspiring. It's cool. And then the Open Championship is this week, which is always a great week. I love, you know, being a golf fan. Open Championship week, Royal St. George, and in England. So that's something to look forward to.
Are you going?
No, I'm not. I've had the opportunity to go. I messed it up years ago. I had a friend when I lived in Las Vegas. He was from Ireland, and he had like a tour, like a golf tour business where he'd bring people from Europe to Las Vegas and people from the States to Europe during the Open, and they'd go out and play, you know, half day and then go watch the tournament wherever it was at, you know, because it moves around Scotland, Ireland, England. But didn't make it. So yeah, that's definite bucket list. You want to go next year?
So how did you mess that up?
Long story.
Oh, dang it.
Your audience isn't interested.
No? Okay. Well, all right, kids, y'all write cards and letters in if you're interested in Ed's story on how he messed up going to
I'll make something up.
George.
Yeah, I'll make something up.
It sounds like it might have been a young Ed misbehaving is what it sounds like to me.
No.
So
No, but yeah, it's a definite bucket list. I'd like to get over there ASAP while I can still walk and swing.
ASAP Rocky.
Hmm?
I said ASAP Rocky. You know who that is?
No.
Oh, come on. You don't know ASAP Rocky, the rapper?
No.
You always strive. Always strive and prosper. ASAP.
I like it.
It's pretty good, ain't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See? So, yeah. So when you see ASAP, and I believe the S is a $, which is important.
I'm going to write it here on my best dad notebook. Best dad in
You
the
should.
whole
Your
world.
kids
You
would
see that?
love. You'll impress your kids if you go around. Maybe listen up. He's got is it ASAP Rocky that loves LSD, guys? That song, Laura. I believe whoever does LSD, I think it's ASAP Rocky that does it. It's a great stinking song.
I'll check it out.
You should. So when you listen to that song, whoever does it, I'm pretty sure it's ASAP. You need headphones on, or you need to be by yourself, but it needs to be cranked up, and you need to just kind of just chill out,
Take it in.
and take it in. All right, and no cards and letters on that either, folks. I didn't make you go listen to it if you choose to do so. All right, we are. You know what, Ed? We're working on being a bit more concise. That's we talked about where we started, where we got to. Is that what we did? I can't remember that stinking meme. It's like where you started, where you finished. But we're not finished, so I don't want to say that. That's what it is. Where you started, where you finished, I believe is what they say to me. But that's not where we're doing. We're not finishing. But
I thought it was how we got to. How it's going.
That's what we're. That's it. Maybe it is that. It's got nothing to do with finish.
Yeah.
So forget that I said finish. We'll cut that out of the tape, I'm sure. So it is where you started. How's it going?
The VHS tape.
Right. The VHS tape. Yeah. Hit rewind on the old VHS. So in order to maintain some conciseness and let people get on about their day, we're up against an hour. I mean, unless you've got something that's super pressing, I think it's probably a good time for us to bring this show to a close.
I don't. I think we're good. I think we'll save the rest for next time.
Okay.
I think we've got some guests in the works. Got some good feedback.
Yes, we do.
We had a guest.
Yeah, it's we got good feedback on Mr. Toner. And we've got some other folks that we're lining up to join us here and add to the content and hopefully bring some stuff that, again, people can use. But and then Laura and Mason are going to go to work on finding, these two people, right? Dirk and Sandy. So we'll have them on soon. And then
I don't know why, but I'm willing to bet they live somewhere in California. So
bet you're right.
I've been doing some Google Foo, and it's not looking good for finding Mr. Dirk or Miss Sandy.
Really?
They have escaped the public eye.
That's real. Oh, you know what? You guys, with the Google machine, you can do some amazing things. So
we'll try.
We'll do our best. But yeah, I'm googling. I'm googling my tail off over here.
Well, all right.
We'll work on it.
I may know somebody. Yeah, we'll get some work done on that.
We'll work on it.
They'd probably love to be on this show.
I bet they would. Hey, I'll send them a free hat.
Free hat for them. And you know what? They haven't done anything since 1982 for crying out loud. So
living off of the book sale.
Anyway, Ed, it's been a real pleasure. 10 episodes today.
It's a real milestone.
It is.
Good stuff.
It is a milestone. And so no, great time, man. I really appreciate it. It's always a blast to get with you and chat it up a little bit. And Thanks to everybody out there for taking the time to listen to us. You know what we always say. Hit us up on the Insta or the email or whatever. And Mr. Bertaud, if you could tell them where they can find us so they can actually hit us up on something, because everybody knows I don't know anything.
Yeah, on
about
Instagram,
them.
follow us at the Fresh CrEd, on Twitter at CrEd Fresh, and the Fresh CrEd on YouTube. And remember to follow and send us some topics of conversation or topics that you want to hear discussed on the podcast, and I'll send you one of these cool caps. Let me see if I can show you. So one of these, all different colors.
They are. Yeah.
Fresh CrEd. While
It's
they
like
last.
Skittle hats.
Yeah, like Skittles.
Hats. Skittle
hungry.
hats. Nice.
Yeah.
So, well, good, Ed. And, when this dude drops next week, I'll be knee deep in the food service PMA conference. So hopefully we'll have some great stuff coming out of that. So looking forward to that, and hopefully, like I say, generating some good topics and material for the show. But appreciate it. Good seeing you. Have yourself an outstanding week, my friend. Go out there and do some things to see what you can get better at and bring back to the show.
All right, buddy.
Take care. We'll see you guys soon.